Every household must plan how it should spend its paycheck every month. Likewise, the Singapore government must also present its budget every financial year to show how it plans to run the country and the economy. It starts by estimating how much it will get in that year and where it thinks the money will come from. This can come in the form of taxes or fees like the ERP. It can also use long-term expected returns on assets at GIC, Temasek Holdings, and the Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS. These are called the Net Investment Returns, or NIR. The government can spend up to 50% of it. That's the revenue side of things. The government then needs to think about how the money should be spent. Ministries will plan on what they will do in the coming financial year. Cabinet then approves their plans. The budget statement is then presented to the Parliament and the President for approval. Once that's done, funds will be given out based on these plans into different areas, such as education, healthcare, and defense. Sometimes there are one-off special transfers. They are like the ang paos you might have received during Chinese New Year. For example, for last year's budget, GST vouchers were given out. That, in a nutshell, is the budget. But why go through the trouble of coming up with such a complicated budget every year? Why not just use the same template? This is where it gets a bit more interesting. Think about how we decide to spend our paycheck. Some of it is spent on daily expenses such as MRT fares, phone bills, and meals. Then we also dream of visiting somewhere snowy at the end of the year. So we set aside some money for that year-end family trip. Or for our next house, or retirement. Same with the government. Should it spend the money immediately, like making sure our streets are clean, or invest the funds in specific areas so as to grow the economy, like building the massive Changi Airport Terminal 5? Of course, not everything will go as planned. Unexpected things do happen, like the Great Recession in 2009, for example. Or more recently, Brexit, something that surprised so many people last June. Since then, the Singapore government has said that increased protectionism will affect Singapore's economy. This is one of the reasons why Singapore expects growth for this year to still be slow. In addition, the budget also has to look at proposals in the latest economic restructuring blueprint called the Committee on the Future Economy, or CFE report. The government will respond to the CFE report when the budget is announced on February 20th. Experts think that part of it will be used to fund some CFE ideas. But we can already take a guess at some of the key issues that Budget 2017 will address, such as how can Singapore create more value for its goods and services? How can workers and companies adapt so that they don't get left behind? How might slower growth upset these plans? What more surprises does 2017 have in store for us? All these and more in the upcoming Budget 2017.